Hey there, welcome to the LuzLumiere channel. Welcome to your money and career guidance. This is guidance on what Spirit wants you to hear at this moment about how to best move forward in your money for the highest good of you and the highest good of all, as well as how to best move forward in your career for the highest good of you and the highest good of all. You can pick a pile. This is, pick a card 1, card 2, card 3, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. The timestamps will be in the description box below. Again, we are going to be looking at what essentially Spirit guided you here to hear. What is it that Spirit wants to say to you? What is it that Spirit wants to deliver to you when it comes to getting guidance over your money situation and what's sort of going on with you and what you might need to hear about that. So, without further ado, I will see you in your respective pile. Keep your light on and good luck. Hey there, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. If you were drawn to this pile, we're going to be looking into what your money guidance is and your career guidance as well. What Spirit wants you to hear about your money and career. Okay, let's find out. Okay, so you got declutter. You'll feel better and more focused if you take the time to clear away clutter from your living and workspace. Donate what you can to help others who may need your items. Be sure to keep your schedule uncluttered as well. I'm going to extrapolate this. This to me feels like getting rid of even the bills that you're paying, right? For some of you, this could be crunching down on your debt. This feels like rather than owing Tom, Dick, Harry, Melissa, Carter, Vanessa, whatever, maybe pay off a couple of these instead of nickeling and diming your way through, instead of piecemealing it. Maybe pay off a couple of them so you're not dealing with interest rates that are bumping things up. So this is using like a snowball method to pay your bills, to sort out your debts, cleaning some of that stuff up, cleaning the things that you owe a little bit more. For others of you, for everybody, another message I'm getting, I should say rather, is decluttering your actual space, right? Do you work in the same place that you eat and sleep and and do everything else, right? Like, is there a way that you can break apart and your physical space? If you're working at your desk, are you also eating at your desk? Can you do something else? Can you take a walk somewhere? Can you break up the monotony of your physical space clutter? To go somewhere a little bit different, a little bit quieter. For some of you, this also means like turning on the light, right? Turning on the lights and fully seeing the environment that you're in, and to start making compromises and adjustments on what you need to do for it to be the best for you. And this might mean uprooting certain processes that you've had prior in order to move forward in a way that is more serving of where you're going, who you're becoming, and what you want for yourself. To take this really seriously. For others of you, this is just really cleaning up your space. This is you throwing stuff away that maybe you don't need no more. And if you need it, trust that you're going to buy it again or something like that. Maybe putting the stuff that you think you'll need again in a box somewhere. If a year later you don't need it, then, toss it away or donate it, right? Create a donate pile and think of the people that this might be serving. Are there things in your space that you could give to other people? Give them a home instead of throwing them away or giving them to strangers. This is just genuinely cleaning up your actual work, your actual space, and also your mind, right? When it comes to the things that you're worried about, when it comes to your career or money, write them down. I'm such a proponent in writing things down. Write them down and start actually and functionally tackling them one by one, right? There's something that Amy Poehler wrote in her book that has stuck with me since I read it. She said the doing of the thing is the thing. Thinking about writing, planning out an outline in your head, researching, all that stuff is not the writing. The writing of the writing is the writing. So the doing of the doing is the thing. The doing of the thing is the doing of the thing. So to me, how this translates to what I'm saying about this decluttering of your mind is to write the things down on paper, put them on paper, right? Something Alyssa Nabriga says is the ego likes vagueness. Write down on paper what it is that is in your mind, right? Itemize it, write it down on a list. This is what I'm thinking about. This is what I'm worried about. And then you start looking, okay, how can I tackle this? Maybe I could da 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 da. How can I tackle this? Maybe I could da 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 da. How can I tackle this? Maybe I could da 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 da. Actually take it out of your mind, put it somewhere which can hold your brain, and move forward in a way that is functionally now attending each of the items that does bother you, as opposed to them living in your head and swimming around in there. Every single time that I have personally done that, I find that I'm really worried about 2 things, and just seeing them down, like 2 or 3 things, it feels like 17. It's like 2 or 3 things. And once I actually start to deal with things as I'm writing things out, the solutions start showing up to me, because now I'm in a space of receptivity and it starts to declutter the mind. This is also maybe taking a bit of a break, right? Taking a break from what your norm is. So when you come back to this space, you can look at it anew and see what needs to stay and go and what needs to be moved around. You'll feel better and more focused if you take the time to clear away clutter from your living and workspaces. Donate what you can and keep your schedule uncluttered as well. So for some of you, maybe you've got too much going on in your schedule. It's too haphazard, right? You have, if you work for yourself, perhaps you have personal things on during work times. Respect your work time. Block out time for this is work, right? This is work time. Work starts at 10 a.m. and it ends at noon for lunch, and it resumes at 1:30 and it ends at 5, right? Whatever that is for you work by yourself, have some time blocks for yourself so you know this is what I'm doing at this time. On this day or on these days is when I am available to be malleable in my schedule, but that's not what I'm going to do. And you have days off and you honor those things, right? So your schedule as well. And even when it comes to personal time, if you're with others, be with others instead of, on your phone working or checking what you need to check, if that is something that applies to you. I know this was me. We just had a gathering and my ass was on my phone responding to work stuff because, quite frankly, your girl gets real anxious. So I needed to handle some things. But yeah, do as I say, not as I do, right? This card is a strong message to clear away the excess from your home, work environment, and calendar. A cluttered space or schedule translates to a cluttered mind and can prevent you from focusing. All too often, we accumulate excess possessions. How much of your energy and your attention is directed towards looking after your material belongings? The angels of abundance encourage you to clear away the clutter in your life. Only keep the items that actively serve you, or make you happy in some way. If you're holding on to an item out of guilt, obligation, or habit, now is the time to get rid of it. Wow, as I read this personally, I'm thinking about my closet, like my clothes, my closet. I have no room in my closet, and now it's getting bulkier because in where I'm at, it's turning into winter time. So bulkier clothing is getting in there and I just have no room. And I know there's things in my closet, in the back of my closet, that I do not wear, that I keep because, this person gave it to me, and this has like a cute design on it, or and it's like, as I'm reading this, to me, that's what's going on. And I know that once I clear my closet space, it's going to help clear my mind and also help me sort through some emotional, mental things that I'm moving through, which are going to undeniably affect my business and how I move and all that stuff. So for you, it could even be something that doesn't seem deeply connected. It could be sorting out your kitchen, right? Putting the pots on the lids, throwing away the utensils that just don't make sense anymore, the stuff that's grungy, right? Cleaning out, whatever. And that process might actually be the thing that helps clear your mind or help you arrive to a decision that makes more sense for you, because you're doing this monotonous task that feels good. And it's the way for spirit to come in and meander into your mind to give you further guidance on something that you're looking forward, that you're looking to do. So keep that in mind. Only keep the items that actively serve you. This is especially true if the item reminds you of painful experiences. Clutter can go beyond possessions as well, such as having false friends in your life who drain your resources, or saying yes to too many appointments. If your surroundings or schedule is cluttered to the point where you cannot focus effectively, ask God and your angels for inspiration on how to clean out the excess. Then follow their guidance without hesitation or delay. So that's where I'm going to stop for you right now. I was going to pull some tarot to see if we can get a little bit more specific, but I feel like this is specific enough. And also we did go deep into the many different ways that one can declutter and what that means. So I hope that this served you, and I hope that you really take this message seriously and to heart, especially if you did watch this message. There is something that needs to be sorted and sifted and organized in your world, and take that seriously, because that is affecting your career. It is affecting your money. Is there some type of decision that you have to make on what to focus on when it comes to applying for work, applying for jobs? Perhaps there's something that you need to declutter in terms of how you're approaching that, the different places and methods that you're doing that. If you're dating, are you on a lot of websites and it's getting a little bit tricky? Your schedule is a little bit too full, or you're spreading yourself thin between this and that. These things affect, everything is connected. If I do a money reading, that's going to affect your love life. Your love life is going to affect your money life, because it's you, right? So in any case, take this message seriously, especially if you found this video today and you did watch it. It's for you. And really listen to it and take the time to sit with this message and see and ask spirit, what do I need to declutter? What am I being drawn to? And set time aside for that. I wish you everything, my friend. Keep your lid on and good luck. If you'd like a personal reading, please come through for that. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, Pal 2. Pal 1. Hey, Pal 1. Hey, Pal 1. Pal 1. Your career and money guidance, what spirit wants you to know about your money and career guidance for the highest good to get you to where you need to be, is do the work. Do the work. Something I was talking about before I read the message, something I was talking about with the other pile I was reading, was something Amy Poehler said in her audiobook. She said, it's the doing of the thing that is the thing, right? So she says, when writing a book, she wanted to write a book for so long. She was researching and doing this and doing that. And she's like, the writing of the thing is the writing, right? Like the doing of the thing is the thing, not the stuff surrounding it. And I agree to an extent, right? I agree to a point where she's right. She's absolutely right, right? You can think of, I have a plan for decluttering my space. I have a plan for organizing my workspace and my schedule, and I can have all the planners in the world. I can have all the bullet journals. I can have all the strategies. I can attend all the conferences. I can do all of those things. But the doing of the thing is the thing, right? Me actually functionally starting my business, you actually functionally taking the steps to interact with people, you actually taking the steps to put more hours in your work or less hours, whatever the thing is, the doing of the actual thing is the thing. Are you thinking of writing a book? Okay, you can attend a workshop on how to write a book and how to sell your book and how to sell your Etsy store and how to, market your store and how to make your store look. And you can create the banners. You can create the website. You can create the branding of it. Have you started selling? Like, have you put your products out there? Have you told people about your product? Are you doing the thing? The doing of the thing is the thing, right? So I digress. It's not enough to dream or pray. You've also got to take the positive action steps that you're being divinely guided to take. Consistently working on your priorities will make them flourish like a lush flower garden. This is chipping away at something slowly. Slow and steady wins the race, my friends. I know we, especially I, want what we want when we want it. I know I want what I want when I want it. And there's sometimes, often, at least for someone like me, my personality type, if this is you, maybe you relate, where you want something so badly and you know it's going to take you so long and you still want it, and so you don't do anything for it. because it's not going to be done when you do it, so why do it? But it's like the more you chip away at it, the more you're doing it, and eventually it goes away. So I've told myself, for instance, in cleaning my space, I have a 17-step program. And with my business, our business says I have I want something to come up and happen fast. I want it to happen now. But I've had to reach a point myself where I have to go, this is a step in the process. This is the next step. This is another step. And there's more steps after this. There's something about, for you in this pile, chipping away at something bit by bit, right? Being like water. Water keeps flowing and it eventually moves mountains. It chips into them. So being like water and actually doing the work. It's not enough to pray or dream that one day you'll, have the business that you want or have the kind of money that you want. It's what work are you doing to get that? Or what work are you doing to become the kind of person that would get that? What work are you doing on yourself, for instance, or your wardrobe, or how you present to the world, how you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself, how you hold yourself? What work are you doing in those areas in order for you to be the person that is the person that has the thing that you want, right? So what work are you doing to embody that? What work are you doing to just do the thing? Like we're saying, it's not enough to dream or pray. You've got to take positive steps, positive action steps that you're divinely guided to take. If you get an intuitive hit that says, hey, do this, do that, then do this, do that. See how it goes. See where it takes you. When it comes to dating or your love life or in your love world, okay, you want to be respected by your partner, you want to be cared for by your partner, you want your partner to show you attention or whatever. Do you do those things to yourself? Fundamentally, do you do those things to yourself? Do you do those things for yourself? Do you make time for yourself? Do you sit with yourself? Do you want to be around yourself? Anyway. Do the work. It says, if you see this card, please don't think of it as chastisement. I know I've probably been chastising a little bit, but I think there's something here about chipping away at something a bit by bit, right? Starting with small strokes and allowing those small strokes to just gain momentum, to be what they are. This is the best I can do right now. So if let's say, you want to get a certain job and you have to go back to school and you've been pulling that off, the more you put that off, the more you put that off. If you just started today, right, in a couple years, then that's the thing that gets people. That's the years part. It's tough. But if you do, take the steps day by day to study what you got to study, it's fine. If you have to finish a diploma in some way, take the little steps, do the little things, work around it even, right? Work around it even until you get to the place of doing the thing. Or thrust yourself in there and do the actual thing. Nobody's doubting your work ethic or suggesting that you're not carrying your weight when it comes to your life purpose, okay? I'm not saying that either. It's just sometimes you gotta say that. To really spurn the people back in. You gotta hit them with some fire. Instead, this card reminds you to avoid the manifestation trap of doing visualizations, saying affirmations, offering up prayers, and so on, while ignoring inner guidance that advises you to take action. It's up to us to act upon the guidance we've asked for. The majority of manifestations occur when we listen to our inner urge to make positive changes, learn something new, do research, make connections with others. Life is a collaboration from the moment we are born until the moment we transition. We are forever working with other people, our angels and God. Without doing our part, we often don't get the results we would expect. What guidance have you been receiving that you've been ignoring? Perhaps you feel intimidated, confused, doubtful, or unprepared to act on it, yet God doesn't give us guidance unless we have the ability to follow it. Today, take one action step in the direction of your inner guidance. If you're unsure what to do, take a moment right now to pray for clarity. Then take another action tomorrow and another the next day. And soon you'll manifest support in ways that exceed your dreams, right? So I'm going to give you a hot second right now, a little bit of space right now in this moment as you're watching this to ask Spirit, ask your guides, ask God, the universe, your inner knowing. Pray right now, or whatever word you want to use, to ask for the steps, the guidance. And now ask yourself, or ask your inner guidance to show you what the next right step is towards that. If you know what it is and you're having trouble doing it, ask for the will to move. Ask for the strength to move. Ask for the will to act. Right? You can ask for strength. You can ask for the will to move. You can ask for the inner ear. What I ask for, to be transparent, is I ask that I'm moved. I ask that God just moves my body in the direction where I need to go. Because in that way, I'm not stressing out over whether I'm listening right. Because of that self-doubt of multiple voices in my head of, is this voice doubt? Is this voice intuition? Is this voice procrastination? What is this voice? I just say, Lord, please move me. Please guide my steps. Guide my steps to help me listen to you more. Help me listen to what's mine more. Help me just move. Okay? What else? I don't know. Do the work. Keep doing the work. If you've been doing the work, keep doing the work. You're on the right track. This is confirmation that you are on the right track. It just may be happening slower than you would like it to be, but you are on the right track. Learning any instrument, moving in any type of space, anything that we're doing, sometimes it does take time. So you're on the right step. You're on the right path. Just keep going in the direction of what you need to be doing, and you're on the right path. Okay, I wish you everything, pal number 1. I hope that you have a good one. If you are looking for a private reading, please feel free to come through. Don't forget to like the video, and I'll see you next time. Keep your light on and good luck. Bye-bye. Hey, pal 3. Hey, pal 3. Hey, pal 3. Pal 3, what is your money and career guidance? What is it the spirit wants you to know about? Abundance mindset. Cool. Look at all that money pouring out from her. Yes, can I have it? If you think of your abundance as something that happens in the future, then it'll always be that one day away from you. Then it'll always be one day away from you. See, feel, think, and speak of abundance as something you already have in the present moment, and that is what you will experience. Let's zoom in. Okay. This is about us feeling that what we want, we have now. In order for us to have it now. If you think about it in a one day type of way, then it almost becomes, I don't know, I don't want to say that, but this here says it'll always be one day away from you. If you see that it's here today, if you feel that it is today, if you think that it is today, if you speak that what you're wanting in terms of money and career are today, then that's what you'll experience, and you'll experience more of it. How does that work? Luz, I'm in a job I absolutely hate. I want to be in a different job, XYZ type job. Okay, how can I possibly, Luz, have XYZ job as a designer while I'm working at the gas station? Or whatever. You look at how, I would suggest, there's so many ways to do this. I would suggest you open up your mind and ask yourself, how am I a designer now? Right? How am I the thing that I want now? And that'll help you, number 1, become a little bit more clearer on what it is that you're actually manifesting and what it is that abundance actually means to you. Because I've noticed for myself that I don't think I really have a concrete understanding of what abundance is for me. What exactly is that? It's still quite vague. In abundance, how much is that making a month? Right? How does that show up in my world? How does it look in my life to be making that amount of number in my world? What would it look like? Those kinds of specific things. And once you get a little bit more specific about what that would look like, then you start seeing, okay, how do I have that kind of now? So with this whole designer versus gas station attendant, How are you a designer now? Well, every day as a gas station attendant, you do look at logos all the time. You look at the different ways that posters are organized graphically, right? You look at how different people, what they're wearing. You get to see different cars, how they're designed. You have the time perhaps to draw or listen to certain stimuli that helps you improve your design skills. There's little ways. I think I was doing something like this recently. In one of my ventures, oh my God, I realized that in some ways I am living. It's always so funny when this hits me, how funny the world can be. How we find that we are living the life that we wanted. It's just not in the shape that we wanted it, not in the form that we wanted it. And I think maybe that has to do with feeling, right? Maybe that has to do with the feeling of it. Or just, being a little bit more specific or broad or whatever the case may be. I digress. How can you see in your current reality what you are wanting, right? How can you feel it? What can give you that feeling? One of my dreams in my journal, I have an impossible things thing that I like to write. I like to write from the movie Alice in Wonderland. I think her father told her something I've taken away completely from that movie. I've taken from it is he said you got to think of 7 impossible things every day. I love that. I love that so much. One of my impossible things, or something that I desire rather, is to one day have, like a home theater, or to be able to buy out a cinema so I can watch the movies that I want to watch on the big screen and have a whole room to myself, or with friends or whatever. And something that started happening when I started feeling it and just enjoying that feeling of, one day, and daydreaming a little bit, I went to the cinema. I said, you know what, let me just go to the cinema. And sure enough, when I went in there, no one else had bought tickets to that movie at the time that I went, and I was alone in the cinema. So it's moments like that where in your life can you say, okay, I don't have, the big house with the cinema, or I don't have the kind of money where I'm going to buy out a whole cinema to see by myself. But where have I experienced that? Are you home alone some days and you have a bigger TV downstairs and you watch it? Are you babysitting? Are you, house sitting at a friend's place and they have a big TV in a private room and you can watch? In what little ways are you seeing what it is that you want in your world? And what little ways is that happening? And also, I like this. Speak. Speak of abundance is something you already have in the present moment. This is hard. This is hard, especially for someone who, it's hard for me. But this speaking it, if you can speak it, for some people, it means your brain has changed, right? You're saying words that are in line with where you want to be, but also hold true for where you are. And in order for you to speak it, you have to see it in your world. You have to think it in your world. You have to feel it in your world. Let's go a little bit deeper in this. When it comes to your money, do you have enough to get by, or are you skating by on enough? There's something there, that's horrible and that's stressful. But can you acknowledge that you are making ends meet to the degree that you are making ends meet? Right? Something comes in clutch. Something comes in to save the day every so often, to show you that, you are provided for and that you can do it. Are you making a little bit more money than you were this time last year or 2 years ago in the different ventures that you're going through? Are you a little bit more appreciated at work? Are they giving you more responsibility? Maybe less pay, more responsibility. And that shows that you have improved in your role, right? It's like looking for the good in the now, looking for what works in the now. Perhaps you are in your business and you're going to the next level of your business, or you're going to the next level of your work, right? Lewis, I'm not living paycheck to paycheck. I'm pretty okay. I'm pretty good at my job. I love my job. But what is this abundant? What does abundance mindset mean to me to up level? Well, this means time to define that new level. Time to define that new level a little bit more. You know, what does that new level look like for you? Time to start dreaming up a bigger dream than you had before, now that you've reached the ceiling of the one that you wanted. What does it look like to have your own business? What does it look like to expand your business? You know, what do you need to do for that? Can you start feeling it? Can you start seeing it? Can you start opening your eyes a little bit more and opening your brain a little bit more and thinking what you need to think and speak what you need to speak? Who do you need to talk to? This card comes to you because the angels have heard your prayers about abundance. They're helping you elevate your thought process and beliefs to an abundance mindset, which is a powerful way to manifest. This card signals that you may have harbored some worries, pessimism, or resentment about your finances. Usually this involves complaining about money, an unconscious habit that can block your abundance flow. An abundance mindset means that you choose words affirming what you desire instead of affirming what you don't want. You speak, think, and feel abundance as if it were already here for you. Once you affirm a current state of abundance with your words, then physical abundance rapidly appears. I'm going to say that again. Once you affirm a current state of abundance with your words, then physical abundance rapidly appears. That is, first abundance occurs as thoughts, words, and feelings, and then this energy manifests into recognizable form for you. This card is a strong reminder to use only positive words in your discussions about finances and other sources of support and supply. My friends, Pal 3, I don't like to lie. I don't like lying. I like to be as accurate as possible. And sometimes that makes me a little bit long-winded, but that's what it is. For this, if you're someone like me and you're like, no, I am very aware that if I speak lies, it fuels the bullshit that's going on in my head. It fuels the shadow of me not having what I want, and I therefore create more of what I want. I'm not telling you to speak lies. I'm going to tell you right now, this isn't about you speaking lies. This isn't about you saying everything is fine and dandy when it's not. This is about you finding just cause in your life that is true. You doing the actual work, right? Looking at your world and seeing, where is my money okay? Where is my money improving? How is it improving? How can I look at this actually differently? Because once you change your perspective on how you look at your career, how you look at your abundance, when you start looking at things a little bit differently, then your words, you're not going to have to worry so much about your thoughts and your words that you say, because that's what it's going to be. So, are you uncertain about the future at your company? Are you unsure about, where things are going to be in a couple months? That's scary. You can say, I'm really scared. Or you can say, or you can personally, for step one, is look at the situation and go, yeah, this is scary. But you know what? A lot can happen. I could be put in a better company. I could be put in a better position. Maybe by then I would have, X, Y, Z. Looking at it from the perspective of that and actually exploring where is the good in these circumstances. Oh, it's so hard. It's so hard sometimes, but I believe you can do it. We can do it. When you actually look and go, okay, this situation, living paycheck to paycheck, what is good about this? Or, I have enough money, but now I'm taking on more responsibilities now, and I don't know how I'm going to make it. Look at the situation differently. Look at how you could make it. What if you did make it? What is it showing you that you can now adopt a different way of thinking? That's the work that you need to do. That's step one. And then step two is going to be speaking that into existence, because you already feel it. You already know it. Now it becomes like, I'm kind of excited to see where life takes me. I'm kind of excited to see who I meet at these new places. I'm excited to see which company I meet with. I'm excited to see what the shape of my business looks like. I'm excited to see where I can go now, knowing that I've increased the revenue in my business. I'm excited to see what happens as I expand. I'm excited to see what's next. That becomes the new energy, and that even I'm sitting up straighter in my seat as I say those words. My goodness. I'm sitting, it's an energy. It's a vibration that people want to be a part of, actually. People want to be a part of excitement. People want to be a part of positive movement. Why is it that the people that get free meals are people that don't need free meals? Celebrities, people who maybe have the money. Oh, here, have this. Oh, here, because it's that positive energy. There's something about people that don't need having. It's fucking weird, dude. Anyway, I wish you everything. Crowd 3. I wish you everything, my friend. Keep your light on. Good luck, and I'll see you next time. Okay? If you'd like a personal reading, feel free to come through. Information for that is in the description box below. Or you can email me, looseguides8008@gmail.com. And I've never said that out loud before. Ugh. It's in the description box below. And we can get you sorted with a personal reading on your personal situation, okay? Keep your light on and good luck. Bye-bye.